All right, everyone, today's video is pretty simple. We are gonna see if single bevel broadheads will fly out of a high-speed crossbow. So let me show you what I've got here for both broadhead, bolt, as well as my bow. And then we're gonna shoot back here at these targets at 30 yards, and I'm gonna show you that you can get a single bevel broadhead to fly out of your crossbow. All right, let's start with the bow we're shooting. This is the Killer Instinct SWAT XP. It is rated at 415 feet per second, shooting a 22-inch bolt. That 415 can be achieved by shooting a 400 grain bolt. That would include the point. That is the minimum bolt weight for the bow. But what we're going to be shooting is a little bit heavier bolt. This is the Sirius Phoenix bolt. It's 9.54 grains per inch. Comes standard with a 110 grain stainless steel insert that you can knock down to 92 grains if you want to, but I have the full 110 grain insert in here. And then I'm shooting the 150 grain Cutthroat. This is a all steel broadhead machined out of a single piece of steel. It's a single bevel, and as you can see, it's got a pretty big broadhead profile. So this setup right here, 150 grain broadhead, 110 grains of insert, and then the bolt itself, this is 543 grains. And if you go by the speed ring on my scope, I don't have a chronograph, I apologize, but this bolt is shooting about 370 feet per second with how I've calibrated it for the ballistic dots on this scope. So that's what we're gonna shoot. We're gonna shoot a practice point first, and then we're gonna shoot this broadhead at 30 yards. I'm gonna go put my phone by the target so you guys can see the impacts. All right, guys, there you go. Field point and the Cutthroat, the exact same point of impact. Both are a little high. Looks like I got to adjust my scope just a little bit, but left to right is perfect. Pretty much the same point of impact. And that Cutthroat absolutely buried into this block. This is going to be fun to get out. Look at that, it's poking all the way through. All right, so there you go. There's proof that a big broadhead, a big surface area like this Cutthroat single bevel can fly out of a high-speed crossbow. Now, if you buy this and you just slap it on whatever bolt that you're using and shoot it out of whatever bow that you're using, you're probably going to be a little bit disappointed because you need to tune your bolt to your bow. So that's what we did for this SWAT XP, and I've got some videos down below of all of the bolt tuning that we did. We basically just copied the Ranch Fairies process and translated it to crossbows. So what we found was these Sirius Phoenix bolts out of my SWAT XP, like 260 grains total up front. So that's 110 in the insert, 150 in the broadhead. And then we basically found the knock position as well that shoots the best out of that bow. So on this particular bolt, you can see my little arrow right there. It is actually the odd feather. On some of the other bolts, it's not. It's one of the yellow ones, and those have an arrow sharpened on them. So once we found the weight up front plus the knock position that shot perfect bullet holes through paper, then it didn't really matter what you screwed on the front of it, whether it was a Cutthroat like this or a field point or some other broadhead. As long as you had that up front weight and that knock position, it flew true. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. Also hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be doing a lot more of this. I think the next broadhead that I'm gonna shoot out of my SWAT XP is gonna be a 150 grain Magnus Stinger. Another big surface area broadhead, another really popular one. Another one that people probably don't think flies very well out of crossbows, but I'm gonna show you that it will. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, be a sportsman, make a sportsman.